this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the Executive Vice President and General Manager of Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, Jeff Steiner.
Is that exciting or what? Holy cow. We were trying to look at it from the back of the screen, and I got a lump in my stomach just watching that. That's awesome. Well, on behalf of everybody at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, we're really thrilled to be here. This is the culmination of a partnership with Cedar Fair and Carowinds that started about a year ago. They approached us and said, hey, we'd like to do something that was indicative of Dale Earnhardt, something that was very special and unique. We have a pretty strong brand, and we're very careful about what we do with that brand. And when we looked at what Carowinds was trying to accomplish with this coaster, we said, you know, this is in the spirit of the legend Dale Earnhardt. If he was going to do something, he does it big or he goes home, and this was every bit of that. So we're very, very thrilled to be a partner together with Carowinds on this ride, and we really look forward to bringing these two great brands together. This is our hometown, so it's even a little bit more special for us. And we're just very, very pleased to be here. We look forward to the first ride. We got a lot of stuff cooking at Dale Earnhardt Inc. these days as it relates to Dale's legacy, fan experiences, and a gentleman that I'd like to introduce that'll be racing this weekend in Montreal. I got to put a little plug in for him. So make sure you tune into this Sunday to Dale's grandson, Jeffrey Earnhardt. I'll keep the hat.
Well, I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out. I would like to thank everybody at Carowinds for putting this deal together. I think it's a great deal. I know my grandpa would be honored to have such a roller coaster with all these features that really represent him real well. I think it's gonna also help with like the younger generations, letting them know what my grandpa was about and sort of keeping the younger generations into racing, which is a big thing for me anyway, just because I'm a little younger. But I'm looking forward to coming out and riding on the roller coaster in the spring, and hopefully all y'all will come out and join us, and looking forward to it. Thank y'all.
It's also my pleasure to introduce to you someone who's been at Carowinds for quite some time. He's the Vice President of Operations, Jerry Helms.
They do this, and then I have to look for where I'm supposed to talk from. Usually, for those of you that know me, I come up here without any notes, but they wanted to get through today, so they made me follow a script. One of the things I will say is, today is more than just an announcement. This is a celebration. Thanks to the commitment, partnership, and hard work of many people, the construction of the wonderful ride known as the Intimidator is now underway. But you know, it occurred to me that without something, I might not be standing here, and we might not be here today. It should be known that the inception of this ride came about as a result of the vision of our CEO, Dick Kinzel, fueled by his belief in the great potential of Carowinds and the Carolinas. Thanks to him, we're here today. Dick is somebody who's been here for 36 years and poured his heart and soul into this. I cannot tell you the excitement that I feel. And yesterday, when we shared this with our staff, the electricity in this room was incalculable. So all I can say is God bless Cedar Fair, and from the bottom of my heart, and with the people in this room, please join me. If there's anybody in this room that deserves a roof-raising round of applause, sir, it is you. You know, in June of 2008, a group representing York County, the great state of South Carolina, Cedar Fair, and Carowinds assembled to discuss and evaluate the potential of building this great project. At the conclusion of that meeting, and I was there, and I can tell you it was an amazing time. It was very obvious that everyone in attendance was committed to making that concept a reality. On behalf of Cedar Fair and Carowinds, I want to thank everyone who attended that meeting and also those who joined in the effort as we got rolling. People, I can't recognize everybody, but I'll try to recognize some of those people that really have helped us and were a part of that meeting. First of all, I'd like to thank the York County Manager, Jim Baker, and the Director of Economic Development for York County, Mark Ferris. We did it, Mark. Also, I'd like to thank, and he's with us today, the Chairman of the York County Council, Buddy Moats, Councilman Paul Lindeman, Joe Cox, Tom Smith, Kerwood Chapel, Roy Blake, and Chad Williams. Guys, we appreciate your support. We got it. As I said, that was quite a meeting, and I'd like to thank Senator Wes Hayes, Senator Mick Mulvaney, who's with us today, former Representative Carl Gullick, and longtime Representative Herb Kirsch, and the rest of the York County delegation who supported us as we brought this together. And just to show you we had everybody there, I'd like to thank, and he's with us today, John Holliday on behalf of the South Carolina Parks and Recreation and Tourism. And last but not least, a businessman whose commitment to economic development, not only in York County, but the Carolinas, is unsurpassed, Mr. Bayless Meyer. In addition to the people that I've named that were instrumental to bring this project to Carowinds, there is one more. South Carolina Lieutenant Governor Andre Bauer was an important part of our meeting in 2008 and has continued to monitor and support us ever since. And I got to tell you a quick little story. I wasn't supposed to, but I'm going to tell you anyhow. Back in April, Bart Kinsler, our GM, John Taylor, our marketing director, and I stopped by Andre's office to bring him up to speed on where we are, and we're talking about it, and he got all excited and stuff. And of course, we were still having to keep everything under wraps. Governor Bauer looks over at me, and now John and Bart are on the other side, and he goes, "You guys really ought to think where you're located about getting a NASCAR affiliation." I want you to know that was the hardest poker face I've ever kept in my life. And it didn't help that Bart and John are over on the other side going and making faces. But it all came together. He had planned to be with us today, but unfortunately some things came up and he couldn't be here. However, we're fortunate to have his Chief of Staff to speak on his behalf. Please welcome